Chapter 10. Restraint from laziness in worship. If you feel, O seeker, lazy and lethargic in approaching acts of obedience, then guide it with the reins of hope, that is, by reminding it of the rewards that Allah has promised to those who obey Him, which include great triumph, everlasting bliss, divine mercy, God's pleasure, permanent residence in the vast gardens, honor, rank, nobility, and prestige with the exalted and with those in his proximity. If you feel your soul inclining towards rebellion and sin, then repel it with the whip of fear. That is, by reminding and admonishing it with Allah's threat for those who disobey Him, which include humiliation, evil consequences, disgrace, retribution, expulsion, deprivation, debasement, and loss. Beware of committing the mistake of those who underestimate the garden and the fire. Take seriously what Allah and His Messenger have considered important. Work for Allah because He is your Lord and you are His servant. Ask Him to admit you into the garden and protect you from the fire through His grace and mercy. If the devil, may Allah curse him, says to you, Allah does not need you nor your good deeds, your obedience does not benefit him and your disobedience does not harm him. Then say to him, you are right, but I am in need of Allah's favor and virtuous deeds. Obedience will benefit me and disobedience will harm me. And my Lord has informed me of this in His mighty book through the speech of His Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. If he says to you, if you are destined to gain eternal bliss with Allah, then you will certainly inherit the garden regardless of your obedience and disobedience. And if you are destined to be wretched with Allah, then you will be admitted into the fire despite your obedience. Then do not pay attention to his speech because pre-eternal matters are unknown. Allah alone has knowledge of it. No one amongst the creation knows anything about it. Obedience is the greatest indication that one is destined for eternal felicity. Nothing stands in between obedience and the garden if he dies in obedience. Disobedience is the greatest indication that one is destined for wretchedness, and nothing stands between disobedience and the fire if he dies in a state of disobedience.